Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum Sathiyo. I am Mrs. Anila Imran and you are watching UV Educational Center. All the viewers and most of the viewers want to know the important questions about ME English. So today I brought this very special video for those who want to know the most important questions from their course and the most important writers, and usually the 5 papers are here and all relevant. 4 papers are compulsory, but 1 paper which is not compulsory, it would be selected by you. If you like essays, you like short stories, and you like linguistics, you can select it by your own. It is your own option. Optional subject is this one. So compulsory subjects which our university is provided us from the PU syllabus. Part 2, I'm going to tell you. Paper 1 is relevant with poetry, and you see the poetry has 2 sections. Section 1, it's St. Coleridge. St. Coleridge is in section 1, and in section 1 John Keats, and also in section 1 there is William Blake. Okay, these 3 are poets in section 1. That's okay. Let's go back. We see now which questions are the most important questions relevant these 3 poets in section A. We're talking about St. Coleridge, and St. Coleridge's poet as a supernatural. Coleridge as a supernatural poet. Coleridge as a romantic poet. And you know this, all the data is collected by the up-to-date papers, which papers are almost relevant from 10 years and collected from there. The questions which are coming again and again in different names, so got the idea. This is the main question relevant, this question which is appeared in the exams, up-to-date papers. Coleridge as a poet of supernatural. Second, Coleridge as a romantic poet. Though underline the point, supernatural poet, romantic poet, and the rhyme of the ancient mariner, which we have in our playlist, and you sure like, subscribe and share our channel, and you watch the playlist. You can see the rhyme of the ancient mariner line by line translated, and you can get the moral from here. Critical appreciation of the 3 poems in the course. So which 3 poems are including in our poems in our course relevant with Coleridge? These 3 poems he want to know: Koblai-Han, Dejection and Ode, and the rhyme of the ancient mariner. These 3 poems are relevant with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, St. Coleridge in our syllabus, and examiner want to know the critical appreciation of the poems in the course. So you should know the Koblai-Han and Dejection and Ode and the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Critical appreciation. Coleridge as a poet of nature and beauty is same question about nature, but this is nature and this is supernatural. Supernatural elements are found in the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Let's see John Keats. John Keats questions on odes, and we know the John Keats odes are here in our syllabus. Keats odes are German question on odes. Which kind of odes he wrote, what was his development of thought, unity in Keats odes. These all questions are about the odes. Critical appreciation of the odes. Which odes we have about John Keats in our syllabus? So they are almost relevant 7 poems relevant with John Keats, and 6 are odes. Ode on a Grecian, ode to a nightingale, ode to an autumn, ode to Psyche, ode to melancholy, ode to indolence, and the poem labeled Dame Sans Mercy. These poems are important to know about the critical appreciations about Keats and escapist. We did this question. Keats as a romantic poet. We will do this also. I think we have done. You can check in the playlist. Poet of beauty, of nature, sensuousness in Keats' poetry. We will do this soon. You will see this question. Keats' negative capability and Keats' Hellenism and Keats as a poet. Important question of Keats and question on Hyperion. Hyperion set is available in playlist also. You can see from here. Autobiographical elements in Hyperion. Theme of evaluation. This is theme of evaluation is the most important question. Symbolism in Hyperion. We know about which kind of things and images have been used in Hyperion, and Hyperion as an epic poem. This is also a relevant question from the John Keats, and let's see William Blake. Critical appreciation of poems which are relevant from William Blake. Blake as a romantic poet, Blake's mysticism. Both are the same. Romantic and mysticism, you can collect points from those questions and could put in one question. Comparison and contrast of the poems of the Songs of Innocence and the Songs of Experience. Comparison and contrast is the very important question, and usually it comes as a contrary question also. Section B. Section B on the same paper 1, modern poetry. We have about romantic and modern poetry. Phillips Larkin. Important feature of Larkin's poetry. We have done Phillips Larkin's most of the poems. You can visit the playlist. You will find Larkin as a movement poet, Larkin as a poet of realism, Larkin's attitude towards moderns. Critical appreciations of the poems. So it's mean critical appreciation. We should know about all the poets and their poems. Their poems critical appreciation is most important to know. Theme of the Larkin's poetry. Semasini, the second poet, critical appreciation of the poem, which are including in the Semasini's. And syllabus, if you know, I have shared the syllabus on the Facebook group and Facebook page. If you are not on the page, you will join the group also, UV English Literature and Linguistics Center, and our page name is UV Educational Center. The syllabus with the great details about the names of the writer's poems is here available also. Critical appreciations of the poems, the themes, symbolism, and poet of exile. Heine as a poet of exile. Ted Hughes. Animal imagery in his poems, themes, critical appreciations of the poems. See that Ted Hughes is also available in the playlist. Paper 2 is about drama. Henry Gibson, it's a popular drama, Hedda Gabler. It is done by our channel also. Visit the playlist, you will find the text and the questions also. Hedda Gabler as a tragic play. Psychological problems of Hedda Gabler. It's also relevant with the character of Hedda Gabler. Character sketch of Hedda Gabler. Hedda Gabler as a tragic play. Just 3 questions are most important. If you do this question, you will get many points from here. Beckett's Waiting for Godot. We have done Beckett Waiting for Godot's text also. Visit our playlist and you can find the playlist of full set of text and also the lessons. Waiting for Godot, a play about absurd play. We have done this question. Human relationships, the play. We can see by the text the relationship between the humans. You will see the relation of Pozo and Lucky, the relation of Estragon and Vladimir. Waiting for Godot as an existentialist play. We have done this question also. Different themes in the play. The themes you should know which kind of themes the writer want to introduce to us. Use of language or role of language. Both questions are important. Waiting for Godot as a tragic comedy. Most important question. And who is Godot? Structure of the play. Anton Chekov, The Cherry Orchard is started now. If you didn't subscribe our channel, subscribe now, because the Cherry Orchard text it is started here. And you see the playlist, you will find the text also. Symbolism in Cherry Orchard, themes of change. Theme of change, it's a very important question. The Cherry Orchard is a comedy or a tragedy? Another important question. Compare characters of Lopakin and Trophimo. Lopakin and Trophimo's character, both are the heroes of the play and have different nature or different psyches. The Cherry Orchard as a social or political play. Another important question. Let's see The Sea. This is another play. Edward Bound. Symbolism, the sea, theme of individual and society, what a person can do and what the society could do with the person. Character sketch of main characters, Mrs. Ruffy and Mr. Hatch. The Sea as a tragic comedy. Let's start the novel. Galileo Galilei is it available here, but we have done Galileo Galilei's questions also. And if you go to our page, you will find the live recordings, audio recordings also here. Paper 3 is about the novel, and novel which is important, Heart of the Darkness, Joseph Conrad. We done this novel also. Visit the playlist, you will find. Symbolism in the Heart of the Darkness, character sketch of Mr. Kurtz and Marlowe. Marlowe's detective of human soul. This is also the question about the Marlowe's character and Marlowe's nature, and Marlowe's also relevant relation with human soul. Conrad's treatment of women, and Conrad's style and technique, how he presented women in his novel, and theme, which one, imperialism or evil? Two themes. HB's Things Fall Apart also have been done by us. Visit our playlist. Significance of the title, theme, impact of British arrival on Igbo culture. Igbo culture is about, it's important question. Okongo's tragic hero, Things Fall Apart as a tragedy. HB's style, HB's treatment of women, comparison between Heart of the Darkness and Things Fall Apart. Very important questions. You will find these questions from our channel also. Ahmad Ali's Twilight in Delhi. We have done this also. Significance of the title, Twilight in Delhi. The title's significance. What's the significance of the title? Impact of British imperialism on Muslims' culture of Delhi. Character study of Mir Nihal Asghar. Both characters are important. Mir Nihal and Asghar. Plight of the women. The women in this novel and women in Things Fall Apart both have plight in their lives. Themes, marriage, imperialism, etc. Different themes are available here. Ahmad Ali as a novelist and symbolism in the novel. James Joyce's portrait of an artist as a young man. Another novel. James Joyce's style, technique, stream of consciousness he used like Virginia Woolf. Myth, irony, pun, poetic diction, etc. These all are his techniques. Characters, sketch of Stephen Dedalus. James Joyce's aesthetic theory of art, and Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse. How has Virginia Woolf used a stream of consciousness technique? Same question like James Joyce. Symbolism in To the Lighthouse. Compare and contrast Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey's character. Most important questions. Virginia Woolf as a feminist writer, character study of Lime Briscoe, and symbolism important of her painting. This is Lime Briscoe is the Lily Briscoe, character of Lily Briscoe, and symbolic importance of her painting. The printing is wrong here. Themes of To the Lighthouse. Paper 4 is about literary criticism and poetic by Aristotle is the most important. Let's see which questions are important for poetic. Aristotle's theory of imitation, catharsis, tragedy, plot, character, relationship, difference between epic tragedy, ideal tragic hero, and the tragic plot. Most important question by Aristotle's poetic. Phillips Sidney's An Apology for Poetry. Sidney's argument in favor of poetry, answer to the objections against poetry. He gave the answers, so he defends the poetry also. Another name is the defense of poesy. Sidney's theory of poetry and contribution of Sidney's as a critic. Sidney as a Renaissance epitome. Another question from Sidney, and this is the critic question is also relevant from T.S. Eliot also. The T.S. Eliot, the critic, tradition and individual talent, his essay, Eliot's concept of tradition, theory of impersonality in poetry, and T.S. Eliot as a critic. Very important questions. Raymond William, Modern Tragedy. Summarize of 3 essays, tradition and tragedy, tragedy and contemporary ideas, rejection of tragedy. 3 essays, summarize them. Raymond Williams as a critic, same questions, both Raymond Williams, T.S. Eliot and Philip Sidney as a critic, we should know. Raymond Williams, the concept of tragedy. What is the concept of tragedy? Raymond Williams has. So thanks a lot for watching, for listening. Like, subscribe and share our channel. Allah Hafiz, and see the links which are coming on the screen and continue.